Hi guys, welcome to our channel. If this is your first time here, I'm Jim.
And I'm Kelly.
And we are full-timers on the road in our RV, and it's been 13 months since we hit the road, a little over 13 months since we hit the road. And we thought we'd give an update as to how we feel about our full-time life.
Well, that was July 2019.
That was a while ago.
We've changed.
We've aged a little bit.
Yeah, we were going back looking at some of our old videos, and that was 13 months into our full-time journey. We actually started full-timing in June of 2018.
Yes.
This is 2025, so that was
7 years ago.
7+ years ago.
Yes. Well, yeah, 7.5 years ago.
Yep. And that was the last time that we actually shot a video about our full-time journey. And so we thought this might be a good time to go back, reminisce a little bit. We can talk about how things have changed in our life and how our travel plans have changed.
And do we still like what we're doing?
And how is the equipment that we have, how's it holding up?
3, 2, 1, action.
So we changed our RV 4.5 years ago.
God, I can't believe it's been 4.5 years already.
April of 2021.
It's crazy.
We started out full-timing in a 38-foot DRV, 38 RSSA, and that's still Kelly's favorite floor plan.
Oh, it is. Even the interior, it's dark brown. It was just so warm and cozy.
Yeah.
Now our friends, the Beers, have it.
Yeah. But we changed out into the toy hauler, and I really don't have any regrets.
No. At first I thought, the living room's smaller, my kitchen is really smaller. You have to adapt, especially if you don't want to double tow your side-by-side like we were doing with a 16-foot trailer. You know, it's nice. It's nice to be able to put it in the garage.
Yeah. So we built our MX 450 really around our side-by-side because once we got into our full-time life and our full-time journey, we decided that we wanted to take our side-by-side with us because that's really what we enjoy doing in our off time.
It is, and we loved it. I mean, it's just such a perfect side-by-side for us.
Yeah. So we kind of built this MX 450 around our side-by-side, and you can go back. We've got a playlist on our toy hauler, our new RV, from start to finish, where we started talking about, you know, what we wanted and what brands we wanted, clear up until we got in it and took off for the first time, fully loaded.
That's right.
That's kind of why we changed RVs, and we're gonna talk a little bit about DRV as a company a little bit further into this video. We don't want to get too involved with that right now, but let's talk about the RV, the full-time lifestyle. What does it allow us to do?
Well, it allows us to go anywhere that we need to go, for one thing. Just recently we went, as a lot of you know, our friend Fred passed away, and we were able to go to his service in Iowa.
Yeah.
Now, if we were still living in our sticks and bricks in Spokane, we might be able to do that, but you know, it makes it a lot easier. We get to see our kids in Texas, our grandkids, which we're gonna go next, and get to see them a couple times a year, where before we probably would just be maybe once a year.
Yeah, and so I think one of the biggest reasons for me is that we get to meet so many of you out on the road, and not only you that are subscribers, but folks that we associate with when we get into RV parks and boondocking and campgrounds and that sort of thing.
And I think that's a plus. I mean,
it's a
that's
huge
not
plus.
something that we expected. I mean, we knew we'd meet people.
Yeah.
But having these deep relationships that are family now,
Yeah.
it's just amazing.
Yeah, and it also allows us to tour North America.
Absolutely.
We really don't have any ambitions to fly to Europe or fly to Australia or, you know, whatever, and see. I mean, there's a lot of history there, and we've seen pictures and videos of family and friends that have gone, but we just don't have that itch, if you will. We really want to tour North America. We want to see
so much to see.
Yeah, we want to see what this country has to offer.
Absolutely.
And as far as RV life is concerned, COVID changed everything, didn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
So, you know, it seemed that when COVID rolled around, everybody wanted to get out because they couldn't go overseas, or they couldn't do this, or they couldn't stay in hotels or whatever.
No tours of cruise ships.
So they bought RVs, and a lot of folks, and they were working remote. They were able to work remote, and so a lot of folks were able to get in an RV, go start touring the country, and see what it had to offer. We're not seeing so much of that anymore. In fact, we're seeing a lot of used RVs on the market.
Right.
The recent thing that we saw was when we were up in Elkhart on our DRV frame issue. We were talking to some of the folks that we know that work in the industry, and the numbers that they were telling us was new RV sales are down roughly 30% this year.
Huge.
And that's a lot of RVs that they're not selling. And there's a lot of used RVs on the market now too.
Yeah.
But we're going to get into that here in just a second. What we really want to talk about is how we like this full-time life, how is our equipment working, and what would we change? And we're going to go through that in just a sec. But first, we want to talk about our sponsor,
RVmattress.com by Brooklyn Bedding.
Yeah, we've actually been RVing for over 40 years, and we've had every type of RV except for Class A.
Yes.
We've had bumper pulls. We've had Class C motorhomes. We have had truck campers.
Yeah, campers.
And fifth wheels.
That's
I mean,
right.
we've gone kind of through the whole gamut, guys. And the one thing that all of those RVs have in common, they've got terrible mattresses.
I was just going to say that. Their mattresses are awful.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
So when we got into our new fifth wheel, Brooklyn Bedding contacted us and asked if we would be interested in trying out one of their mattresses from RVmattress.com. They sent it to us right here when we were right here at Rolling Retreats. It comes in a box. It was vacuum wrapped. We loaded it up into the RV, and then we started to unwrap it, and it just kind of balloons out into shape, and we had a blast watching it balloon out, didn't we?
And we were sleeping on it that night.
We found out that it's got to be the most comfortable mattress we've ever slept on.
Oh my gosh. 3.5 years later, I can't even believe it's been that long, because it still feels like the day we opened it.
Yeah, we've never had a mattress this comfortable,
No.
even in our sticks and bricks.
Yeah.
There's no body aches in the morning. There's no sleepless rolling over, trying to get pressure off. It's just been a wonderful mattress. And we ended up with the Aurora Lux, and it's got special cooling technology, and it kind of feels soft to the touch, doesn't it?
Oh, it does.
During the month of November, RVmattress.com is having a couple of special sales going on. They're having a Black Friday sale and a Cyber Monday sale. I don't have the dates yet for you, but you might want to take a look at their website and see what they've got available. So they have a 120-night sleep trial. They have a limited lifetime warranty, and they ship it, as we said, for free, whether it's to your doorstep, to a campground, wherever, except for if you're boondocking. They'll ship it to you for free. So if you want to experience an amazing night's sleep, go to rvmattress.com/sweettravels and enter the code SweetTravels to get 30% off your order. All right, let's get into our equipment. Let's talk about our fifth wheel. We have a DRV fifth wheel, and we pondered and pondered and pondered what brand we wanted to go with. As I said, our previous fifth wheel was a DRV.
And we are spoiled.
And we were spoiled. But they only had one model that had a garage big enough to hold our side-by-side. And so we actually toured some Lux. We toured some New Horizons. And we didn't tour, but we talked to Spacecraft.
Yes.
And we decided on the DRV for a number of reasons. So I have a list of must-haves on a fifth wheel. And we shopped and shopped and shopped for brands that had these necessities. And we're going to talk about them a little bit because we've been full-timing, as we said, for a long, long time.
Mm-hmm.
And we have had friends that have had different brands, and we've talked to them. And so the list of things that we have to have in a fifth wheel are at least 3-inch exterior walls, double pane windows, ducted AC, hydraulic disc brakes, full body paint, and 17.5-inch wheels and tires. Now let's go through those a little bit. And you guys may disagree with us, but these are the things that we have found that we have to have in an RV. So let's talk about the exterior walls. At least 3-inch exterior walls. Most of your RVs on the market, they try to call their RV a full season RV or a 4-season RV. But if you don't have 3-inch exterior walls, you're not going to have the insulation qualities that you normally would. As an example, we have some friends that have I'm not going to name the brand, but they have a competitive fifth wheel that they have been full-timing in for a few years. And their complaint was that even with 3 ACs in the roof, they could not get their interior below 80 degrees in the summer.
That's miserable.
And why is that though? Well, a lot of it has to do with the insulating factors in the walls. They have a brand that has 2-inch exterior walls. They also have single pane windows. That's going to allow the heat to come through that RV. Whereas if you have the higher insulating quality and double pane windows, that's going to block out a lot of that sun heat. It's also going to keep you warmer in the cool weather. Ducted AC. We wanted ducted AC just because we don't want that one AC unit sitting in the ceiling and then blowing straight down and making a lot of noise.
Yes, they're so noisy.
Our ducted ACs are very, very quiet. We can hold a conversation. We can watch TV with the AC going. It's just been really, really nice. Hydraulic disc brakes. We're going to talk a little bit about safety here in a while, but hydraulic disc brakes, I'm not a big fan of electric drum brakes on a lot of RVs. So once I found out that some of the RV manufacturers had hydraulic disc brakes, I wanted to make sure that we had an RV with hydraulic disc brakes, and the DRV has those. Full body paint. That is mainly for my help, if you will, in cleaning the exterior, keeping the exterior nice and clean, keeping it looking good. It's great for resale. I'm not a big fan of the white fiberglass sides. They're just really hard to keep clean. They're really hard to keep them from yellowing or turning color. Or I wanted full body paint. And 17.5-inch wheels and tires. That's for safety. I wanted, a lot of fifth wheels have got 16-inch wheels and tires. Some have even got just 15-inch wheels and tires. Well, that tire's going to turn a whole lot faster at that size, and you could end up with some heat issues and blowouts. And quite honestly, most of the blowouts that we hear about are on 15 and 16-inch tires on the fifth wheel. So those were our requirements when we went with the new toy hauler. How's it been working for us?
So far, so good.
What do you love most about your DRV?
Oh my gosh, I love our big refrigerator. We had an RV refrigerator before and it was very tiny, but we have a full-size one now and I love it. I don't know, I love all of it. I mean, I was concerned about the kitchen, like I said, but it's worked. It's worked for me. The dishwasher, you having your space, because he usually is in the garage doing videos, and so he can be out there, and we have a TV out there so he can watch it, and I'm in the living room, and I don't know, I just love the setup. I love everything about it, actually.
Yeah, it's been a real comfortable coach. Now I will tell you that it is heavy. Our gross vehicle weight rating on this trailer is 24,000 pounds. Dry, we were real close to 21,000 dry. So once I put, full water in there and waste tanks and our full-time goods, this rig has accepted probably more cargo than we're really supposed to carry in it, but it's been really, really good, and we're really happy with it.
Yes, we can take our side-by-side, which is really cool. I love that.
Yep. Now let's talk about the RV dealer in our experience. Your RV dealer is probably, in our opinion, and this is our opinion, but your RV dealer is probably 90% of your happiness.
It's such a huge thing You really need to make sure you find that dealer that takes care of you, that cares about you after you sign the paper and give them your money, and they're not just saying, okay, I'm done with you, and never hear from them again.
We actually have some friends that tell the story. They purchased a new RV at a major, I'm not going to name them, but at a major dealership in Florida. And they purchased it. They stayed, I think, one night, maybe 2 nights, and had them fix some small issues that they had when they were staying there. And then when they got it out of their sales parking lot and into an RV park, they found some other issues and started making a small list of things that needed to be fixed. And he called that original selling dealer and said, hey, I just bought this and we've got some issues we want to have them looked at. And the tech said, or the service advisor said, okay, well, we've got time Monday. Why don't you bring it in Monday at 9 o'clock? Okay, fine. So they took it in Monday at 9 o'clock. They walked through and the guy goes, he's writing stuff down. He goes, yep. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. And we'll get back to you when we can get to it. He said, what do you mean when you can get to it? And he said, well, I mean, you just can't come in here and expect us to work on it. I mean, we have a lot of other people that are in front of you, and when we get the parts in and we get the approval to fix it under warranty and we get the parts in, then we'll fix it and we'll give you a call. Well, this is our home, right?
Yeah.
I mean, how would you guys feel if somebody kicked you out of your house for 2, 3, maybe even 4 weeks before they could get to the repairs?
And we've had that happen.
We have. Our first DRV we purchased from another dealer, and it was awful. It was an awful experience. I'm just going to tell you right off the top. It was a terrible experience, to be honest with you. And
that's why we're so adamant about finding the dealer
Yep.
that will take care of you.
Yep. Let's talk about the floor plan in our DRV. Obviously, the beauty about full timing in a fifth wheel is that you have kind of separated space.
Yeah.
We have a dedicated bedroom. We have a dedicated bathroom. We have, I call it a great room, but it's our living room and our kitchen, all kind of combined into one. Our entertainment room, and that can get kind of small sometimes.
Yeah, but I mean, if you look at all the RVs, that's usually what it is anyway.
Right.
Right. So it's worked. I mean.
Yeah.
We have no problems with it.
And then we have a 13-foot garage, and I have converted that garage into a workplace, kind of an office, if you will. I changed out the lower bunks and put in some desks that raise up and come down as we travel. I can just take my full-size computer, set it on its side, run a couple of straps on it, run it up. It rides just fine. We can put the Can-Am in. We've been running with the bikes in the garage lately. And as Kelly said, if I want to watch something like a baseball game or something, I can go in the garage. It's got a large TV in there. I can go in the garage and I can watch the game in the garage. She can watch her movies or shows or whatever in the living room. It seems to work real well for us, and it gives us plenty of space.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we are restricted. We've got about 450 square feet of living space, which may not sound like a lot to you, but once we purge to go on this full-time journey, we're without a lot of things.
Yes. Yeah. It'll be interesting to go back and see, oh, I forgot I have that.
Yeah.
And do we need it?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Yeah. So the floor plan, you have to find the floor plan that works for you. In a Class C or even a Super C, you have a bedroom, you have a bathroom, but the rest of it is kind of all living space, kind of like ours, but it's not quite as large because your tow vehicle is still in the mix in a Super C or just a regular Class C. So you just have to find what works for you. We find that our fifth wheel works extremely well for us, and it's been great.
Yeah. And you know what, I usually go to the bedroom when I go and call the kids.
Yeah.
Or talk to the kids or talk to anybody. That's just kind of like I shut the door and I'm in there and it works.
Yeah. All right, since we're talking about DRV, the big question that many of you are going to have is, what are our thoughts on the frame issue? It happens, guys, and it's happening industry-wide in the
Yes.
in the RV industry.
It's not fun.
No, our frame actually broke on the uprights just behind the bedroom as you go up the stairs. We know others that have had the same issue. I'm not gonna go down the blame game, guys. I'm just gonna tell you that DRV and Lippert together fixed our cracked frame.
Yes.
It was cracked on both sides. Do I wish it hadn't happened? Of course. It's just something that's happening industry-wide, and I don't know what to say. DRV is not the only manufacturer that it's happening to. Grand Design has got some huge problems. There are others out there that have problems as well in this industry, and it's just something that has happened. I'm not going to give any blame, but we needed to give both DRV and Lippert the opportunity to fix it and fix it correctly. We've put probably 12 to 1,400 miles on it, since it was repaired. And so far we don't see any issues.
Yep.
So I'm thinking that we're in good shape.
I think we're good.
Now let's talk about the future of DRV. We were hoping to be able to share some things with you about the DRV brand. As we've said in the past, DRV has fallen under, not fallen, but they have been adjusted in the corporate tree, if you will, underneath the Jayco brand. What's that going to do to DRV? We don't know.
No.
We honestly don't know. We contacted Alicia. We contacted Kyle Miller at DRV. We even talked to the representatives from the SOITC club, the DRV club, and they don't even know. All that anybody can say is that there are units in production right now. This is October. No, actually, this is November.
Mm-hmm.
They're supposed to be coming out with the production units in November. They won't go into detail about floor plans. They won't go into detail about frames. They won't go into detail about whether DRV is going to be on the side of the coach, or whether it's going to say Jayco, or whether it's going to say Mobile Suites. Nobody seems to be coming forth with any kind of information. The only information we have is there will be production models at the Tampa RV show. Wait until they come out, and then we can talk more about it. So, unfortunately, we can't give you any information.
But we do know that there will be no longer full houses. They
That's
will
true.
not be making any more full houses.
Yeah, that's true. They're
which is
at
sad.
this point. At this point, they're not going to be making the toy hauler. They're just going to which is the full house. They're just going to be making the livable RV, what DRV used to call the mobile suites. What it's going to say, we don't know. So that brings up another question, I'm sure, in some of your minds. What does that mean about DRV maintenance and repairs? Well, we've talked to Slade and Alicia here at Rolling Retreats, and they assure us they're not going to go anywhere. They are going to continue to service the DRV brand. They're going to continue to do warranty work for DRV. They're going to continue to service the older coaches that are out of warranty. They can still get parts, and so they assure us that they're not going anywhere. And so we're real happy to hear that.
Very happy. So that wraps up our conversation about the RV. So what about the HDT? Why do we have one?
Yeah, and how has it been working for us as we full-time?
It's been great.
Yeah.
Very comfortable.
I'm going to preface this conversation with we had a couple of comments after our national HDT rally, and I made a comment about there were There were HDTs, there were MDTs, and there were little girly trucks, LGTs. Guys,
It's just a joke.
don't get so wrapped up in comments. My goodness sakes, it's all in good fun.
We have a pavement princess, which is our gladiator. I don't get offended by that. The first time I heard that, I'm like, you're right. It's not going off grid, or it's not going to go into the hills. So just lighten up, people.
Yeah.
It's not that we're not trying to
Yeah,
make you mad.
yeah, and we're not trying to diss anybody.
No, they're
mean,
great trucks.
And the people that own the 1-ton dualies, they call them little girly trucks as well, for goodness
we had
sakes.
several of them.
Golly. So anyway, I just wanted to get that out of the way. I thought about that. and-
Breathe.
yeah.
Just breathe.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Exactly. All right, so let's talk about the HDT, because we had 3 different 1-ton dualies before we bought our first MDT, and then we got into the HDT market. How has it been working for us, and what do we have to say? What would we change? Well, it's been working great.
Yeah. I don't see anything to change.
Is it big? Absolutely, it's big. What has our experience been with the HDT over these last 7.5 years? It's been awesome. I can't say enough good things about the HDT.
Yeah. I don't worry about it at all, pulling that thing or stopping.
Yeah. So safety is the biggest reason we went with an HDT, guys. And I got to be honest with you, another reason we went with the HDT is I got tired of being nickeled and dimed to death on 1-ton dualies. The 1-ton dualies, we've got a heavy coach. As I say, the gross vehicle weight rating on that coach is 24,000 pounds. That's a lot of weight. And I'm running about between 5,000 and 6,000 pounds of pin weight on it. That puts a lot of load on a 1-ton dually. Even though DRV puts their axles forward a little bit to take away some of the pin weight so a 1-ton dually can tow it, it's a lot of weight. And your brakes, your discs, your rotors, your front end, everything gets it's wear and tear on a 1-ton dually. And even though they will pull probably every bit as good as our HDT, and some of them probably even more so, you guys can, with a 1-ton HDT, can probably beat us up a hill, quite honestly. But when it comes to stopping, Kelly likes to say,
It's not the go, it's the whoa.
so we do this mainly for safety and comfort. We're able to sit up high. We have air ride seats, as you guys have seen in a lot of our videos, and we're able to see out ahead of most of the traffic, and I can anticipate things that may be coming up. That makes
Wow.
it real convenient.
That's so huge right there.
And it's comfortable on long trips, isn't it?
It is. I mean, you know us, we go sometimes 10 hours, and I'm never sore at the end of the night.
No, it's as I say, the air ride seats, the armrests on the seats, everything is set up for long-term hauling, and it just worked extremely well for us.
There's so many conveniences in there, like the refrigerator, the microwave,
Yeah.
the coffee maker.
Bunks.
The bunks is just the storage in there.
Yeah.
It's like having an RV in your truck.
Yeah, we've got a sleeper. So and with the sleeper, we've actually slept in it. When we left Oklahoma to go to Montana without the RV, we ended up sleeping in the truck. Now the mattress was comfortable, but it wasn't real convenient because there was no bathroom in the truck.
No.
And as we get older,
We go more.
we have to use the bathroom in the middle of the night.
That's right.
That took some strategic planning, but anyway. The other thing that we like about the truck, or that I like about the truck, and I think you do too, is the large fuel tanks.
Yes.
We can go roughly 1,400 to 1,500 miles with both tanks full.
And we're able to pick and choose gas stations or fuel stations with their pricing. So we save money that way.
Yeah. We've had people say, well, I'd hate to have your fuel bill. Well, my fuel bill's probably less than yours is, guys. If we went from Montana to Indiana and you went from Montana to Indiana in a 1-ton dually, I would be willing to bet that we paid less for our fuel than you did, because you have to stop every 400-ish miles or
Yes.
so.
So you're really having the same amount of fuel. We're just doing it in one shot
Yep.
and not having to stop.
Yeah, so that is really, really nice for the HDT. So to kind of conclude this whole conversation, I think you can understand we've been real happy in our setup, and we still love our setup. Do we have any regrets? I don't think so.
I don't think so. No.
I think we chose the right fifth wheel.
Yeah.
As I say, we kind of broke it down into 3 different brands for the reasons, the list that I gave. And I think the DRV gave us the biggest bang for our buck.
Absolutely. I mean, if we had the perfect RV, it'd probably be 60 feet long.
That's true.
And to get everything you want, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
you just have choices that you have to make and compromises, and this has worked out really well for us.
Yeah, so that's on the equipment. And let's talk about regrets on the lifestyle itself. Do you have any regrets on the lifestyle?
I don't have any regrets. I miss certain things from with this lifestyle, but it's just been so amazing to be able to go out and see the country, meet all of you, have new family members, getting to see our family. You know, we're in Spokane, we're there for the whole summer, and so we get to stay 6 months and then go back and forth to Montana. And we get to go see our daughter and her family in Texas twice a year. I mean, it's been really an amazing adventure.
Yeah, is there anything that we would change? We've changed, we've adapted as time has gone on this full-time journey. So we're retired, obviously. We don't have to worry about remote work. So we can boondock. We actually boondock probably 80% of the time.
Yeah.
That's something that we have evolved into, haven't we?
Yes.
When we first started, our first winter out was down in South Texas,
Yes. Beautiful South Texas.
down in the Rio Grande Valley. And quite honestly, guys, we love it down there. We would
do.
absolutely love to have a place down there.
We still talk about it.
We do,
I mean, it's not out of the future
yeah.
to live down
But
there.
we spent 3 months and we quickly realized that was not our lifestyle.
Right. 3 months in one spot for the first time out. That was, I mean, you can only see so much.
Yeah. Yeah. So we now find ourselves moving anywhere from 7 days to 21 days. Somewhere in there, there's a, you know, depending on
Yeah.
what we want to see, what we want to do.
Who we want to visit.
Yeah, because if we stay any longer than that, then we start running out of things to do. I mean, you guys know, if you guys are just recently retired, you're probably looking for things to keep you busy because you haven't gotten into a kind of a what's the word I'm looking for? A routine.
A new routine.
Yeah, you
A new-
probably haven't
yeah.
gotten into a routine yet. And so you're probably looking for things to do right after you retire. And we were kind of like that.
Yeah.
But we have since, you know, changed some things. It just, I don't know that we haven't changed really. We've just adapted to the lifestyle.
Right. And every year's different.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, when we first started doing this, man, we wanted to hit everything. We wanted to see everything. We wanted to do everything. And as we grow and get older, our wants are different.
Yeah. And 2 years ago, and you can go back and look at the playlist, but we did a trip that we called our snowbird of firsts. We did a lot of things that we had never done before, and that kind of took us out of our routine, but it took us out of our comfort zone, didn't
Yes, yeah, it did. But it was a great,
Oh.
I can't even believe how many places we went to. I had forgotten because it started from day one and ended on, well, when we came off of the winter tour. But man, we saw so much.
And we did a lot of things.
We did. It was amazing.
And we look back on those guys. Memories are what it's all about, you know. And we video we video our journey, and we like to share it with you, but it's not necessarily for you, it's more for us.
Don't take it bad that we're not doing it for you. Don't get upset, but we love sharing it with you guys.
Yeah.
But it's for us. It's for our kids and our grandkids, because we're not promised tomorrow.
Yeah.
And if we end up passing away, our kids and grandkids have these videos of us. How cool is that?
Yeah, and we've gone back and actually looked at some of our older videos just for the memories, just to reminisce on some of the things that we've done, some of the people we've met, some of the things we've seen. It's just been an amazing experience. So let's talk about future plans, shall we?
Sure.
The biggest question that we have is, when are you going to get your Super C? Well,
When the Lord says, here you go.
Yeah.
This is going to fit perfectly.
our rigs, and I keep pointing over here because that's where they're
we
at. Our rigs, guys, we're not in love with them. We do enjoy them, but they're tools. They're tools to get us from point A to point B and down the road, and to be able to get out and explore.
Yeah.
They're tools. And, you know, would we be sorry to see them go? Sure. Are we looking to change them out? Not so much.
Some days are more than others, but
We're getting older, and the fifth wheel is, as I said earlier, the fifth wheel style gives more living space than, say, a Super C or anything else. And we love this lifestyle enough that we're going to continue it for this foreseeable future. We don't have any plans on coming off the road. Even though we have our place in Montana, that was kind of our exit strategy, as we told you before. It's kind of our exit strategy that, you know, we've got a piece of real estate in Montana that we could sell if we needed to. But it also gets us close to family. As my mom and dad age, it gets us close to family so that we can visit more often. It's just a 2-hour drive from Montana to Spokane, and we can spend the whole summer there and kind of go back and forth and visit with them. That was another big reason we bought our Montana place. We have the vision, guys, of putting a tiny home on that Montana lot at some point. We've already started looking at tiny home floor plans. And then we would like to have another place somewhere. We haven't found the perfect place yet, but we'd like to have another place somewhere that we could put another tiny home. The Rio Grande Valley down in South Texas, we really enjoy. But gosh, it's just so far from everywhere.
yes, it's almost like from Seattle to Alaska.
Yeah.
Is how far it is.
Yeah, it's a long way from
is.
everything.
And
but we do enjoy the Rio Grande Valley.
We do, but we just don't want to be that far away from our parents
And
parents.
and the fact that
And our
they don't,
kids.
but they don't have side-by-side trails down there either
Yeah,
that
they
we could
don't.
take the side-by-side on.
No.
And we really enjoy our side-by-side, as you guys know. So I don't know. We're looking in Arizona. We're looking in Nevada. We're looking in New Mexico. We're looking in Alabama. We're looking everywhere. You know, we just don't have that perfect spot yet for our winter location, because at some point we're all going to have to hang up our keys, as we say, and come off the road, whether it's for medical reasons or whatever the case may be. And we know that day's coming, but between now and that time, we still see a number of years down the road that we're going to be exploring. We've still got so much to see, and there are places, we were just talking about this the other night, there are places that we want to go back and see again.
Yes, I want to go to Michigan again.
The UP.
Oh my gosh, and all the waterfalls we missed. It's so gorgeous there.
And the other place that we really like, and she really, really likes, is
Washington, D.C.
Yep. Well, that kind of sums it up on how we feel about 7.5 years of full-timing on the road.
Can't believe it's been that long. It just amazes me. Because I remember talking to this one woman before we decided to do this, and when we were doing our first 2 years of just traveling and going back to the ranch, and this woman said that she had been on. I asked her how long they'd been on the road, and she said 9 years, and I'm just like, what? I couldn't even fathom that. We're on our 8th year. It's gone by so fast.
Yep. We might change a few things, But for the most part, we've just kind of evolved. That's probably the best way to put it.
Yeah.
We still love this lifestyle. It's not for everybody.
No.
Not everybody's going to be able to live this lifestyle, but it's for us.
It is.
And we're still really enjoying it. We love our equipment. We love Big Red. We love our DRV. We love our Can-Am. We love the Jeep. Like I say, we've evolved, and that's the way we're putting it. And whatever the good Lord wants us to do, we're going to be right there to take his command.
That's right.
All right, we're going to wrap this one up from Nomad Neil's Campground.
It all starts with an idea.
Take those ideas, turn them into reality, make some memories, take a bunch of pictures and even
Yes.
video, and have a good time, guys. We'll talk to you later. Thanks for coming along. God bless you all.
We love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.